Hey, it's your DBM, and I just want to talk about how I am concerned, and pretty much the title of this video, which is I'm terrified. It's also 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm trying to be respectful to people sleeping, because I'm not rude. So this is why I'm talking kind of low. So back to the title, I'm terrified. Let's talk about some stuff. So my state has been quarantined, I think for about a week, but I've actually kind of like self-isolated myself 2 weeks before that. So I've been kind of like in isolation for a good 3 weeks, and it's driving me fucking crazy. I did leave once during that time, and when I tell you my mind was so hectic, like I went to the grocery store and I got some supplies and stuff just to make sure that I had food and drinks and water and everything. Not like a hoarding thing, just making sure that I had some type of food, just because I was hearing on Facebook from people around where I live, and they're like, there's nothing in the stores. I'm like, I better go. And I'm paranoid. I really am. Like, I went in the store with gloves. I didn't have a mask, but I did have like a sweater on. I kind of just like kept to myself. And I was legitimately terrified. Like, if anybody got super close to me, like I just kind of like backed off. Like, I wasn't like rude about it, but I was just kind of like, people need to keep their distance, because I'm so terrified of it. Just like literally. And like, I went and I bought my food, and I had gloves on. I paid in money. I don't have any credit cards. I paid in money. And then, once I got to the car and I got the stuff in, took the gloves off right away, threw them away, put hand sanitizer on, wiped my hands. I wiped my wheel and stuff. And then it went as far as going home, and I keep this everywhere, and I sprayed the door handle. I sprayed the handle to the fridge. um I Whenever I don't touch my face, I always kind of go like this, because it's hard because I have glasses, or I just try, like, it's hard because I'm always like, you don't realize how much you touch your face until you can't touch your face. But I try to go like this, like I always wash my hands up to here like a doctor would from Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, I just kind of wash my hands like this when I do it. But yeah, when I go home, when I went shopping, everything that I touched, I wiped it down. Whether it was yogurt, cereal, cans, I wiped it down. I sprayed it down. Not like the cans, like I didn't spray like, meat or vegetables or something like that. But yeah, and then even after that, I washed my hands again. And I like, you should constantly wash your hands, but I wash my hands after everything. I sanitize if I go outside. Like, even if I go outside and just walk or play like basketball or something, I'm just consistently always like, just going like this all the time, going like this. And it's really just shot my nerves. And I tend to delete my apps. I delete like Facebook, Snapchat, Messenger, because it creates like this hysteria in me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person has it. It's in this city, it's in this town. And it's so anxiety filled that I just delete it, and then I just kind of try to find things to do that doesn't like involve my mind with it, which is why I downloaded TikTok. People don't really talk about it on there. People, it's more of a mockery on there, and I'm not saying that it's funny, because it's not, but it's kind of like a defense mechanism, like it's better than thinking of what actually is happening. And I've researched things of like, how to make face masks for bandanas. I'm always worried about like my parents. I know my parents aren't working right now, but I'm always worried that, if they're going out and if they're touching things that people have touched that had it, and it's just nerve-wracking. And I'm just so scared. Like, I read all these articles, and they're like, oh, well, you won't find out until, you won't find out the first day. It takes like, 5 days, 10 days, 14 days. And I like, do I have OCD? Like, what is wrong with me? I literally have a chart. Like the last time I went out, I think it was like maybe a week and a half ago. I literally have it written down, not written, written on the calendar. I left this day, so I didn't come in contact with anybody in 10 days. I should be fine. Like, I don't think that's normal. I think it's just my anxiety getting the best of me. And yeah, like I have a literal calendar. If I seen this person today, you know, that maybe didn't know that they were in front of somebody, around somebody that had it, you know, and I'm like, okay, so I seen this person, excuse me, on March 17th. If I don't get any symptoms, you know, the next 14 days, then I'm good. Like, is that normal? Like, I'm literally terrified. And I read all the things, you know, like the myths and stuff, you know, where they're like, oh, if you gurgle salt water, warm salt water, you know, it kills the bacteria. I do it every day. I don't know why. I do it every day. They said if you drink water, you know, every 15 minutes, or you drink water a lot. Guess who's drinking water a lot? I should drink water anyways instead of drinking soda, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't wrap my head around it because it is terrifying, you know, and a lot of it is that, like, you know, a lot of older people get sick, you know, a lot of people that are compromised get sick and stuff, but I'm just like, you never know. You really never know. And like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not ready to die, you know, and this experience has really showed me that I need to appreciate things more. Like, you know, spending time with my boyfriend, spending time with my family, spending time with my friends, going out, just going to the store is such a medial task for me now. Like, when I run low on food, and because it's become so prominent, you know, it's hitting so close to home that, like, oh, this county over here has it, this county over here has it, where I'm like even terrified. I'm like, I don't want to go to the store. Like, I don't even know like what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna need supplies, you know. And it's definitely, it's it's a fear, and it is scaring the shit out of me. And I don't know what to do. Like, I try to take my mind off, you know. I do my makeup videos, I do painting, I do my TikTok videos, and it helps for the most part. But yeah, like, is that normal? Do you guys do the same things? What do you guys do that you think is just like on becoming because it's happened, you know? And I'm like, there, like, I'm no words really. And I'm just praying. I'm just praying and praying and praying for this to be over. I pray for everyone that is sick, who may get sick, all the people that have died. Like, it's so scary. And then, you know, you just hope that it doesn't happen to you or your family. And it's like, I live in a constant state of fear because of my anxiety and my panic disorder. And I'm just like, you know, my friend will tell me like, oh, I went to the store, I went to the gas station and stuff. And in my mind, I'm like so fucking pissed off. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, you know, why would you go and expose yourself? Or if my mom calls me and she's like, oh, you know, I have to go to the store. I'm like, why? Why do you need to do that? And it's like if I, like, every day I monitor myself. Like, if I feel like I'm a little too hot, or if I feel like, you know, if I have a little cough or something like that, I'm terrified the whole fucking day. Like, literally, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just scared. I'm like, I don't want to go to, you know, the ambulance. I don't want to go to the emergency room. I don't want it to happen, because if it happened to me, like, my anxiety would just make it a whole lot worse. And I realize I've been touching my face in this video. Oh my gosh, like, I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying not to freak out. But I just kind of wanted to keep you like updated, because I had made a video like a week or two before, and I was like, no, this is crazy. People are buying on all the toilet paper and the food and stuff. And this is like 2 weeks after that video, and it's only gotten worse. And you know, they're saying like in my state, they're like, you know, this isn't even the peak, you know, there's 1,000 cases here, and so many people are dying a day. And it's, you know, you can't leave until the end of April, and it's not going to peak until May. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I have to stay in here longer, like, trapped with my thoughts, like, oh my gosh, like, and I get so mad. I'm like, why can't people just stay in the house? I feel like, I seen a meme like this, so I'm referring to the meme, but I feel like a child trapped in the house because the other kids won't listen. And just, because I understand some people, they can't, you know, some people have to work, they're the frontline workers, where they work at a restaurant or like Walmart, or, you know, you're a doctor, like, you have to go, like, you have to be that person to go out and do that. But in, you know, if you get your medicine and stuff. But you know, I just see people on Facebook or on Snap partying or doing this, and I'm like, you're so fucking dumb. Like, we are literally in here trying to save other people from getting infected, getting hurt, dying from this, and you're just not caring. And it's really sad, and it's really starting to piss me off. But I better go, because I can rant about this for hours, and I'm already on 10 minutes. But I just want you to leave in the comments, like, are there any tips that I should do? What's it caused you to freak out about? tell me anything. Tell me, you know, some good stuff. Tell me, you know, where it's at by you. Is it going down? Is it going up? Or I don't know. Don't tell me. I don't know. I'm not out of breath. I'm just literally, my anxiety starting to take over. And that's why I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, because I just don't want to work myself up. So yeah, and I find myself not being able to sleep at night because I'm just terrified. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wake up and do the same thing and just be so bored, and I need new activities to do. I think I've ran through all the activities that I could. So yeah, just talk to me. Say something calming, soothing, whether it's, you know, stuff that's happened to you, or what are you doing to get through this, and just let's be there to support each other. I love you guys so much. Go Digby, and I'm fucking freaking out. Okay, love you guys. Bye.